Welcome back to Rainy Day Let's Play. Holy crap, has it been forever since I updated. It has been like, 3 weeks. And a lot of stuff has happened. Most importantly, my finals are over, which means I have some time to actually do this now. Believe it or not. I don't remember a thing about where we are at in Borderlands 2. But hopefully Roland and Lillith can
How the hell did
fill
those
us in
bandits
during
snag
this
you anyway?
extremely long narration.
Taking a leave.
Ready, set, go.
Knocked me out.
Wow, you are a dumbass.
Yeah,
Oh, look at them, they're so cute together.
total dumbass.
Now
I was
kiss.
joking, dude. I'm happy to see you.
Oh, thanks.
This is where you say you're happy to see me too?
Oh, right.
Now, would any of you
It's good
fine,
to see
gentle
you.
people tell me what's
Smooth.
going on?
Handsome Jack is gonna kill us all unless you
Perfect.
stop him.
Thank you.
He means hi. That's his way of saying hi.
Right. Sorry. Hi.
Let's see if we
I'll
can
be
get a
honest.
good angle on this
We're losing
conversation.
We've been trying to stop Jack for
Hello.
years, taking out his men, raiding his iridium mines, but it hasn't been enough. But you met Jack and lived. You fought off the Rippers and the Bloodshots, saved my ass and Lilith's.
Oh,
Thanks,
you
by the way.
flatter me.
If we're
I did
gonna
all
survive
those
this,
things. It
we
was a
need
lot of
your
work.
help, Vault Hunter.
It was
Now, we
really
thought
hard, I
Jack wanted to
promise.
open a vault and use its power to wipe us off Pandora. But thanks to some intel I stole from a Hyperion convoy, I found out we were wrong.
What?
He's not gonna open a vault. He's going to
Oh
control it.
man, I almost cared about that.
I'll just go ahead and repeat myself. What?
The vault Jack's looking for isn't an alien prison or a cache of weapons. It's a
Shocker!
living thing, an ancient Iridian warrior, powerful enough to destroy all life.
So
on
it's a
Pandora.
weapon.
Whoever awakens it,
You know, a living
must
weapon,
control
but
it.
a weapon.
That sounds bad.
If Jack wakes the warrior, yeah. But if we control
the perfect
warrior
angle.
first-
We could use it to wipe Hyperion off the map. Alright, I'm liking this plan.
There's a problem. We need the vault key to wake the warrior, and Jack's already got it. But if you've spoken to Tannis,
She didn't vomit when she saw you,
So
did
we need a
she?
key.
She does that sometimes.
she might have told you the key needs to be charged with iridium. We're racing against time. Every ounce of that stuff.
I mean, we're not really racing against time, but
control of that warrior
we
and wiping
could
us
be.
out. We got to get our hands on that vault key. Now, if anybody knows where that key's being kept, it's my spy out in Tundra Express. He's as good at gathering intel as he is at drinking. So I'm sure
Ho
he's
ho
sleeping
ho!
on last night's movie.
Inebriation.
You'll need to get a fire weapon to wake him up. I'll explain when you get out there.
Well, now that the stakes have been changed to be exactly the same, and we
Hey,
are now
I got a job
exactly
for ya.
one step
If you don't have a
behind
Marcus might sell him.
the actual plot. Now we need to go get a doodad somewhere, a
So
key
I
or something.
Kinda
And
inspired
I'm gonna
a
guess
cult?
it's probably in
And
a
not the
couple
fun
pieces,
ask you for
or
autographs
there's
kind.
something where we have to
I
go
need
to
you
a
to
couple
infiltrate
places
the children
to
of the Firehawk and
do
find out
something
if they're
magical
planning
with
anything
it.
shady.
You know, whatever.
I do it myself.
Screw
but
it!
I'm
Side
so worried
quests
they'd freak out if they
forever.
saw their god in person. Go talk to the cult's leader.
Ooh, and this
Incinerator
one's a good
Clayton.
one. Bye! Out the back door. Alright, let's just clean up a whole bunch of quests. Gather them all and take them
You will help me and I will
outside.
pay
You know,
It is as
the way you
simple
always
as
do
that.
it in these
A group of
role-playing
mutant test
games.
subjects escaped the Hyperion Preserve. As amusing as it might be to see them attempt to reintegrate into society, they must be put down. You will need a way to lure them out. Head to Moxie's and acquire some bait I have ordered.
Ooh, that'll be another episode. So we'll have one where we do stuff for Lillith, and one we do stuff for Tannis, and one where we do the plot eventually. If we ever want to get to the plot. But, you know, that's optional. Welcome to Moxie's. Hey, Moxie.
I don't have any work, but that doesn't mean you can't stay.
Hello, mercenary person.
Alright, should be the last
I have
one.
money and a problem. Have you heard of these insect things called varkids? Allegedly, the
Out of here.
virus
Grab the pizza and go.
will morph if they take enough damage.
Good. The escapees,
And grab
for
that.
whatever reason,
That'd probably be
find
important.
Pizza irresistible.
Lovely. I'd like you to force a few varkids into morphing. While they're in their cocoon state, hit them with the injector.
So if you're wondering why this episode is friggin' long, like 33, 35 minutes, I don't even remember the number. Well, things are gonna get a little technical, as we say in making Let's Plays. And by we, I mean I, because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. And by that, I mean I know exactly what I'm doing. And you will believe me soon enough. So this is actually going to be the entire cult following quest in 35 minutes. Sounds impossible? That's because it is. And there's one quest in particular that sends you walking through a large area.
To throw Hyperion off my trail, but apparently some bandit's been spying on me. He's gonna tell Hyperion what he knows, unless you take him out first.
And so, because of all of that bullshittery I don't want to make anyone sit through, it's gonna be a fast-forward episode. Basically, this episode turned into being 55 minutes. I condensed it to 33, so you're gonna see what that looks like in about 10 to 15 minutes. Maybe? Yes? Anyways, might as well talk about certain things that have been on my mind, since we're going to be fast-forwarding through a lot of stuff. Basically this last week has just been pretty nutso, and it's kind of in a way that relates to a lot of the stuff that I'd been looking at while I'd been doing my finals. One of my finals, I wrote a research paper on psychology in games and brain development and brainy brain things, which I don't really like brainy brain things, especially the way they're researched right now, because it really excludes the body. Because this whole problem with Descartes and how Western philosophy kind of gobbled up Cartesian dualism. Those are personal problems. Anyways, where was I? Sorry, I got distracted on something. Over the last week, there have been a string of violent massacres that have been all over the news. And for me personally, it started last Monday, where there was a public shooting without any harm done to anyone that ended in an arrest. The problem with it was that it was right on University Avenue, a place that I frequent often, and so I was kind of in this bad place. Me and my partner were just really kind of shocked at what was going on, but it was okay because Tuesday we're gonna get ready to go on vacation. Whoa, shield boosters. Okay, so my shield drops those and I can recharge my shield with those. That's kind of cool. Anyways, getting out of the, Don't distract Mr. Blake. Thinks he's so important.
The bandit Lillith was confirmed dead after the liberation of New Haven. We will need to listen to your footage before payment can be processed. Leave the echoes in the attached dead drop locations.
Ooh, let's go pick up echoes. Yay, we're gonna collect story item things. So it's just like BioShock? It's just like BioShock. Anyways, so we're getting out of Seattle, we're going down to Portland and gonna go vacation. That Tuesday, we get into, I think we were at Lake Oswego. Right next door is Clackamas, where the Clackamas County shooting happened that afternoon. And I was like, wow, okay, we just can't get away from this. And then Thursday, shootings in Colorado happened, in public school. Friday, they happen in, it was not Nebraska, it was Georgia. No. Oh, I don't want to mess that up. It was in a hospital, it was in a private residence. And I was just like, wow, this week. But, I mean, everyone's seen that on Facebook, and so not much to really talk about here, but it was just really tough because day one you get Fox News with the hyping up the video games.
Thanks. I've tried to make it very...
gruesome?
I was gonna say cozy.
You've strapped charred bandit corpses around the entrance.
Corpses can be cozy. Kinda like our place in New Haven before...
Yeah, I'm going now.
Sweet. suave, Lillith.
And I was just like, man, I spent the last 2 weeks writing a paper on how, like, poor psychological research is centered around the content of video games. My biggest gripe being that they're focusing on the content of video games when the content is not necessarily anything representative of what the player is actually consuming. I mean, I get that I'm shooting a gun, but I could be shooting with anything. I could be doing anything that uses the same exact buttons and the same exact motions that doesn't use a gun. Or vice versa, I could use a gun in a million different modes that play or interact with the world. And so, the research frustrates me, and that's a problem.
Siren or both, but this iridium stuff is the tits.
You look really pale.
Yeah, I passed out a few times, but this could be huge.
You don't need blood.
But why not just send an echo?
You're a siren. You use magic as blood or something. Well, I have no idea where this is, but we're just gonna jump it.
How are you doing?
After we find... it's just shields. Whatever. We've got this cool boostery thingy. If I'm gonna jump down, I'm taking the car with me. Wouldn't want to leave it up there and be stranded. Whee! Nice and simple. Oh god. Just trying to drive, and there's racks everywhere. So I guess I have to kind of like climb up this thingy. Guess the third echo is up there. Nope, that is not how things work. How about we... how does this work? Alright, we got these big pipes. Kind of aiming up there, follow it down. Following it down to... Oh, there we go. There's a ladder up there somehow. And some boxes. Perfect. I'm gonna hide the fact that I cut it because I had no idea what I was doing down here. You didn't see anything.
Jack just left him for dead in the snow, evidently. The raiders could use the help. You should track them down.
Another vault hunter, huh? I'll see if I can contact him by echo on my way back to Sanctuary.
Good. You can go now.
Well, I'm sorry. I just got here.
I'm a little busy waging a one-woman war on every bandit in the tundra, so you can focus on taking down Jack. But hey, if you want to hang out, I can just give up this Firehawk thing and let the Bloodshots overrun Sanctuary.
No, you're right, of course.
Are you sure? I can make cocoa. We can talk about boys.
Oh my god, we could talk about boys.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
Dang it, Roland, you never want to talk about boys.
Play hard to get. That's how you do it.
And that's why we all hate Roland. Oh, they're so cute together, aren't they? Anyways. One of the things I've been thinking about with Borderlands lately is, especially with all the recent events, I don't even know why. It was actually even before that. I had stuff in classes that kind of spurred me onto this topic. But just thinking about what anarchy looks like, which is something that I really didn't have much research about for a long time until recently, where I realized, wow, I don't know anything about anarchy or what that means as an idea, but it's very popular and kind of friggin' awesome. So we're gonna get speed up stuff in uno momento, because these quests are kind of silly with what they make you do. And because it's in a repeated area, and so when we go back to these repeated areas, all the people are still kind of the same levels besides quest-specific people. And sometimes they make you go to outskirt areas where they're higher level. But it's kind of a gross thing to make you run back through huge areas.
And you. I witnessed you enter the lair of the Firehawk and return unharmed.
If you truly wish to serve our mother, you must pass a test. Use a fire weapon to send my brothers to the eternal flame. Then collect their ashes and return them to me.
Huh. Burning people alive is mildly shady, but these
He looks like a
cultists sound
trustworthy
they want
fellow.
it, which is weird.
Look at all his fire
Do what
skulls.
he asks, I guess.
He has literally 3 flaming skulls. How many do I have? 0. That's how you know he's better than us. Dang it, why can't I... Something's weird. Okay, so luckily, the only flaming weapon we have on us is a sniper rifle. There could be worse things. Could be better things, but there could be worse things. Actually, speaking of worse things, I once had to go through this whole area with nothing but a... I want to say shield. My shield was the only thing that could make fire, so it was like, come at me, bro. and they did come at me. But there was no way to take down pyros. Funny thing about pyros is they can't catch on fire. But that person definitely can catch on fire. And he's got a cool backpack that I want. Cool, these boosters pop out of everywhere.
Yes, Torch. Bring me more.
Remember, since those guys resist fire, you should beat the tar out of them with a
I didn't even
non-fire
kill
weapon.
him! Lillith, God!
What is more
Get on my
beautiful than a handful
case.
of ashes? Nothing. Nothing at all.
Ashes are the most beautiful thing. So, I bring up anarchy because of how this game works. Is it kind of basically looks like what one would perceive as an anarchistic society. And then I did kind of a little bit of research. I would never ever ever say that I know anything about anarchy or would be a suitable resource for it. However, what I found was that a lot of the ideas that are perpetuated in the writings that I've been reading is a really heavy emphasis on humanistic qualities and supporting community, and it got me like kind of thinking, is like, wow, this is exactly what I've been looking for that I haven't been able to find in the world around me. Is you find all these big kind of systemic or bureaucratically run organizations that have levels of things, and then you find other things like the internet or like Kickstarter, things where it's like bottom up or community based, and you're like, whoa, this is something I could get behind. Even things like 4chan, where it's a whole bunch of anonymous contributors and the power is spread evenly between everyone. It's just kind of a weird thing to see and look for.
That we need to stop. That's the only way you'll hear about it.
And this is where, like, my knowledge is absolutely nothing and should never be trusted by anyone making associations like this. But what I've seen from anarchistic organizations is not mayhem or chaos, but actually really strong organization and unity between like bodies and people, where like anarchistic communities are really good at feeding each other and housing each other and like caring for one another in just a health sort of way. And it's like, oh, how come we can't do that? We, as in like big society, we. And the bigger thing is like, wow, it looks absolutely nothing like Borderlands, that's for sure. So I kind of had this weird moment when researching where I'm like, I want to apply this to Borderlands, and I'm like, well, there's nothing here. Just a whole lot of anarchy and a whole lot of really, really nice people. So, I don't know, I'd recommend reading up on that sort of thing, because I find a lot of overlaps with kind of gaming systems that work. Oh, whoops. Kind of got bucked down here. Oh, this is the right way. Yes! Good work. I did that on purpose. Yes. I guess like pre-ads YouTube. Once you add the ads onto YouTube, you start to shy away from. Oh, that was a terrible throw. Thank you, Scorch. What a polite ant, giant ant flaming thingamajigger. Just walked all over my grenade for me. Anyways, when you had pre-corporate YouTube, you kind of get those more humanistic feels, and these are the same things you see in like indie design is people working together on designs with working ideas, and you get a free open spaces to create, as opposed to when you have capitalist ideas, which is kind of some of the biggest problems that gaming is having right now, is being forced to apply these modern day practices to a idea-based business in which it has very little place. And that's part of why coding and art are things that, well, not art, but I mean coding and I don't even know what the right word for it is, but essentially these businesses are centered around coding and centered around coders, when it could be the coders could all work together and collaborate and work on systems to better facilitate more artistic ideas, and we would all, yeah, it sounds really complicated, and I don't have the language to explain my ideas, and that's why I say that better research on your own than listen to my babble. But it's so cool, and I can't preach on it enough. Well, I won't after this episode, I promise. But do you see? There's just so much running in this stupid episode. It's okay. We're gonna get to the fast parts, because watch this noise.
These people are weird, but they only seem to hurt themselves and that Scorch guy. Maybe we should just leave.
The enkindling is almost upon us, Torch.
There's the porta potty.
To me in a dream and demanded another sacrifice.
No, I didn't.
She didn't.
The burning of her favorite son, the midget known as Saxton. You must take him to
This
the
is
falling
Lilith's
dragon
favorite
in southern
son.
Shelf.
So I'm gonna take very good
Within the
care of him.
jaws of the great mechanical beast who dwells there.
Did you say mechanical beast?
I want to see the flame! I want to be with the Firehawk!
Because I definitely heard you say mechanical beast, and by mechanical beast, they mean Captain Flint's ship. You remember Captain Flint? Me either.
100 people? Okay, that's impressive. I mean, they were probably just other members of the cult, right? Right?
Alright, this dude's asking for a burnination. Alright, let's start this out easy enough. Super fast speed. Yeah, this is pretty kooky looking. Sorry. But, much more interesting than the opposite choice. Because, we're not actually going to be stopping here. We're gonna ramp. Or not. So check this noise out on your map. Yep, we're going all the way over there to... We have to go up and through Captain Flint's ship in its entirety to get to the top. And I will slow this down for little fights, but as you're going to see here, Boom Boom are still here with Big Bertha, and they are still level 6. So they are doing virtually no damage. And even the coolest parts of these overwhelming fights are pretty useless and boring. But thanks for making us Metroidvania through this again. Loving it. Yep, we're gonna have to climb to the top of that thing to get anywhere around here. It's actually kind of nice to be able to sell everything super fast speed. So let's see, this has been about 15 minutes and about 3 to 4. It's a pretty good trade-off. Anyways, now we're back to 100% speed, like normal Let's Players. I mean normal people, which is an oxymoron because we're Let's Playing.
Sitting around burning one another for giggles, maybe we don't have to worry about him. That'd be nice.
Okay, stick him in there.
She is coming! The time is almost at hand! We will be together, Firehawk!
Come on.
Get to the incinerator console and give him what he wants, I guess.
Give him what he wants. Please insert Trogdor quotes here. They are missing, which is a shame.
That was kind of weird.
Yep, now we have to turn it in. And this was the point where I was like, nope, we're definitely not going to do this at full speed. Because, yeah, the boat is not where it's supposed to be anymore, and it's actually really far away. If the boat was where it usually used to go, this would have been a lot easier. I feel like something might have been lost in translation when they made this quest. Where's that boat again? Oh, right, we put it on the opposite end of the map. Perfect. Okay, so the fast forward is kind of perfect for this, it's very silly to watch. It's kind of trancing. But isn't a shoot and loot always trancing? Alright, on to the next one. Hey ho, I'm here. Did that thingy you said to do.
Thank you, Torch. We shall join Matchstick soon. The enkindling approaches. It is time for the enkindling, young Torch. Time to sacrifice heathens to
Alright, light effigy is not very difficult. Get that fire weapon out, which in our case is a sniper, and super handy.
You said the enkindling? That could be very bad. Or it could be like a cookout or something. Just keep an open mind about it, you know? These guys aren't so bad.
And if you'd look to the right, there's a flaming effigy. Oh.
You have done so well, Torch. Once
Thank
the
you.
enkindling is complete, we shall all receive our reward in the Firehawk's toasty bosom.
That sounds terrific. That sounds like a dude's kind of party.
The preparations are complete. Return to me and let the
Excellent.
human
Return to me.
sacrifice commence.
Let the human sacrifices commence.
Okay, that
Sounds
pretty
easy.
evil. Just head to this enkindling thing. If things get creepy, I'll make an appearance. Be careful.
Except he's not there. So now we have to travel to where he is, and that is somewhere where I have no idea where he is. Ooh, but there's a loop giant. So we'll deal with this really quickly. Ding, level up! 200% speed sure is a efficient way to go through Borderlands. We'll just let the turret take care of them. Dance monkeys. Look at this, there's some cool guns in here. I mean, they're too low of level and kind of useless, but... yeah, that's kind of part of the problem with Borderlands 2, is that when you go back and play Borderlands, you kind of have this, you have a much more of an intimacy with your weapons than Borderlands 2. In Borderlands 2, once you level up, you don't really need your guns anymore. And every single time you level up, or every maybe 2 or 3 levels. And this, I would assume, stretches out over the course of everything, and once you hit 50, the level cap, you have a whole nother way that you play the game. But for the bulk of the game, and for everything that we've played for the last, like, 7 or 8 hours, which is a huge amount of game playing, it's just been like, next gun, next gun, next gun, next gun, and you don't really get anything out of it like you would in Borderlands, the first one. It's something you kind of miss, which is kind of a shame. Alright, more levers! Sweet! Love pulling levers. Gasp, it's not just cultists that they're killing.
I don't want to die. These fools taken from
Ruh-roh, you took from Sanctuary. Arbitrarily, that makes you a bad guy now.
Watch your eyes.
Oh, hello. It's sure nice of him to spawn right there.
And she's very disappointed. Vault Hunter, I'll give these civilians
Thank you,
fire.
Fire.
In the meantime,
Fire helps
snipe these
everything.
bitches.
This cannot be true.
How come Lilith's a badass, but not badass enough to just wipe everyone out where they're standing? I guess there's just because I'm there. How did open up? Hey! 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 Come on, open up! What are you doing? Why aren't you opening up? Here, baby, open up! Oh, the lock's in the bottom. That's not confusing at all. Ooh. Something purple. I mean, it's still underleveled, which is still not helpful.
Sacrifices back to Sanctuary.
But it's purple.
Take care of the cult. I tell you, man, being a god
So, like, none of these guns I can actually use.
We owe you our lives, Vault Hunter. Yes, worship the Vault Hunter. Worship the Vault Hunter.
Whoops.
Awkward.
Come on back.
Alright, let's come on back and turn everything in. Get out of here, dude. I smell home sweet home. Going the other way. Gotta go the more interesting way. Oh, there's a thingy down here. Cool. Free thingy. Ugh, these psychos always pop out. They're tough and don't really do anything. They didn't even do much when they were, like, the same level as us. My partner, when they were playing, they really noticed how there really wasn't any reason that, like, it didn't feel like in Borderlands when you get a really cool gun that does something totally new and strange and you hang on to it for a long time. They really felt that in this game there wasn't a that same kind of intimacy you have, and I was kind of thinking about it, I'm like, that's kind of weird. I mean, how would you have intimacy with a system, or in this case guns or whatever? And I was like, that's kind of just a weird thing to imagine it as. Anyways, that'll take more thought and deliberation. If you have any ideas on comparing the gun systems in 1 and 2, I'd love to hear about it, because it's something that's definitely been pressing on me while playing through this game. See, that looks like a really cool shield.
The less Hyperion
But
knows about me, the better.
Level...
You didn't
8.
listen to those echoes,
Actually,
right?
that's what level it was. Hope I'm right. But it was orange, and that's cool. So, that series of quests is done, and now we're on to the next one. Thanks for watching, everyone, and join us for another rainy day. This time it'll be a little more slowed down.